Hi teachers, this quick video is going to walk you through getting set up with Book Creator. In order to use Book Creator, we will be using the free version of Book Creator. So if you notice, there is a sign in with Clever button, but that is not going to work for us because we're using the free version. So in order to get started, you'd want to, as a teacher, sign in with Google, and then you'd be able to direct your students to do the same thing after we get things set up. I'm going to head out to my teacher dashboard, and I get to my teacher dashboard similar to Google, where I click the three lines in the upper left-hand corner. From here, in the free version, you will get one library of 40 books. And I'm going to walk through this little tutorial book that they give you to get started, and then you can remove this. Notice it's using one of my 40 books, and I wouldn't want to hold on to this for the long term. So just a couple of notes. It will walk you through creating your private library, and also how you can create a library that can be shared and accessed by students and other teachers. So I currently have a private library where this Book Creator book is, and then I also have a classroom library that I was playing around with. That is the one I would share with my students. Okay, they give you a plus sign, how you add different types of content to the pages of your books. You can build your own books through here. There's directions on moving your content about. And then also directions on the inspector to inspect content on the page and style it, things like bold, italics, underline, color, background, etc. Then you can have your book read. The really cool thing I like about the Read Aloud is you can share your book by clicking the share icon. You can publish it online, download it as an ebook, or even print it. When you're working with students, the free plan lets you have one active library, which can store 40 student books. If you need more books, there are upgraded options. The free version is what you are welcome to use. In North Olmsted, you can invite students to your library. They join using a code, and then their books automatically appear for you to read. Students can only create books inside a teacher's library, so they would have to be in your library in order to create the book. And then they give you some tips to get started. The other thing I love about Book Creator is
you're all set.
There's an immersive reader that allows you to read. You can also change settings for highlighting words, playing multimedia, turning pages automatically, the speed, and side-by-side pages. And then I can also go full screen and remove some of that other distractors there. Now, if I head back out to my libraries and I click over to Discover, the really cool thing is there are hundreds of books in here that I can either sort by grade, or I can sort by subject. I can also get some quick things that might help me here as well. So you can find lots on the Discovery page, and then on the Learn page, Book Creator has a pretty adept walkthrough of all different aspects of their program, as well as more opportunities to sort resources by grade and or by subject. So if I click something like languages, I can see that I have this book supporting languages with Book Creator. This book will walk me through some different ideas, and you can really see what the capability is with certain tools. We're going to close out of that tab, head back over here, and go back to my libraries. Now, here's my private library that I get up to 40 books in, and then here is where I would grab the code in order to share this with students. Do be careful. You don't want to share this code on social media. You want to keep this private. If at any point you need to stop new users from joining, you can expire this code. The really cool thing is there is no limit to the number of people joining your library. So I am actually going to go ahead and grab this code here, and I'm going to jump in as a student. And I'm on the student sign-in page. I'm going to click sign in with Google as a student, select my name as the student, and then Book Creator is going to say, hey, you need a code. So all I would need is that code, and then I don't need that code again. Now, currently there are no books in this library, but I can create a new book, and here's where I would start creating my book as a student. I can add all different kinds of elements to my pages. I've got all different kinds of pens I can write with. Let's say I'm done with that. Now I have more pages. I can change colors on the page. I can play my book and see what it looks like. I can have it read to me. I can add more. I can even add recordings to my pages by allowing my microphone. Now I can title my book, sample book. I can click to import, move to library, copybook, or combine book. And I can also download as an ebook. So I want to move to that library, so I'm moving it to that library. Now, from the teacher perspective, if I click on this library, show everyone's books, and if I see everyone's books, then I'll see everyone's in the library. Now, if I go back in as the teacher here, I can now see this book here as well. So you'd want to make sure you give very clear directions to your students on what you are expecting them to do. If I go into my libraries and I take a look at my library here, I can see all of the books in my library. And then you have some options for your library. So right now I have the option for students can edit their own books. If for some reason you've built a collection of books you don't want students to be able to edit, you just want them to read, you would want to toggle off that switch. And then students can read each other's books. If they're writing each other's, if you want that sharing, you'd want to turn that on, and then Google image search. And students can publish their books online. It does default to students publishing their books online being off. And if depending on what types of books you're creating, I would recommend this being off as well, especially because we don't want students publishing their books wide when they may contain personal content. And then if you're ever done, you can archive this library completely, or you can publish the library online. I would also not recommend publishing the library online if it is containing student works. If you are designing an entire library on your own for teaching, then you are more than welcome to publish this library online. If you have any questions, I strongly recommend that you start with the Learn section and then reach out to me and we can go from there.